Okay, let's do one more on conversation hacks about filler words. And I learned this from being on the road for a lot of years as a writer and just a listener. And so much of it has to do with body language. And I'm reading a really good book called Cues right now that I could share some of the best of tricks from that. But besides the leaning in and the obviously just feeling interested, you almost need to act like the other person is telepathic and they can read your thoughts and feel your vibe. So if you're feeling bored inside your brain, you can just assume they're going to know that. You have to be actually interested. But one of the best ways to keep the conversation going is by just grunting or using filler words. One of the best ways I found to get people to keep talking is just like when they pause to take their breath, and normally someone might interject with their thoughts, you, oh, yeah, or huh, oh, yeah, huh. And that, or even asking a question and trailing off. I do it so often that I don't even notice it. You know, it's second nature now. But I'm like, oh, yeah, and then what's it like? And I just kind of trail off because I don't quite know what I want to ask. And I don't want to derail it in the story in the wrong direction. But just asking anything allows them to keep going. And if people feel that you're giving them the ball back in the conversation, they'll take it. And, you know, people are often surprised by it. Usually, people are always trying to grab for the ball in conversation. And as the great New York Times journalist John Leonard said, the only thing that I learn with my mouth open is what my foot tastes like. And I think it's a great way of thinking about this stuff. If I'm talking, I'm not learning anything. I know what I'm going to say. I mean, sometimes I surprise myself and I learn something, as my grandmother used to say, I didn't know what I believed until it came out of my mouth. And I do have some of my best insights as I'm there just jawboning with friends. I'm like, oh, that is how I am, or how the world works. But I think that being a good listener mostly involves just being curious about other people and wanting to learn from them. And the more you let them talk, the more people like you. It's the oldest trick in the book. It's not why I did it. And you don't want to be so one-sided that it's weird. If you're in a conversation with someone who wants a back and forth, you do a back and forth. But especially when you're hitchhiking, most people don't want that. People who pick up hitchhikers do it because they want to talk at them for 1 to 4 hours. And that's great for me. It was much harder to have the 10% of people who really wanted you to tell them stories than it was for the majority who just wanted to share about their lives. So, yeah, filler words and real curiosity, I think, just helps for better stories and a good listener.